Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be making the Shogghoulash from the Necronomnomnom Cookbook, which is a beef and tomato goulash with a potato Shoggoth ball, which sounds kind of fancy actually, so I'm kind of excited to get in there and try this one out. But regardless, the ingredients that we are going to need are 1 1/3 pounds of ground beef, 8 ounces of an Italian style tomato sauce, a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes that I've gone ahead and drained, a half of a cup of diced sweet onion. I'm using a Vidalia. I've got a half of a cup of julienne green peppers, 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. We're going to need some black pepper, and I also have a crushed garlic clove here. For our potato balls, you'll need 3 cups of leftover mashed potatoes, a half of a cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 4 slices of bacon that I've gone ahead and cooked and crumbled up, roughly 2 ounces of pearl onions, and roughly 2 ounces of black-eyed peas, as well as a little bit of milk, some paprika, and some cooking spray. And those are all of our ingredients. So let's get moved over to the stove, and we're going to start working on our goulash component. Now that we're over at my stove, I've gone ahead and heated up about a tablespoon of my reserved bacon drippings. And that's only because my hamburger is a 97% lean. And I was afraid that it would stick to the bottom of the pan. Plus, it will help with browning. And all I'm going to do right now is break up my hamburger. Now that I have that slightly broken up, I'm going to go ahead and add in my diced onions, as well as my green pepper. I'm going to go ahead and add in some of the salt. I'm not going to add the whole 2 teaspoons right now. I think that might be a little bit too much for me. And I'm going to go ahead and add in some of our black pepper. Give this a stir and wait until this is completely browned up. Now that our beef is browned up and our vegetables are starting to get tender, I'm going to go ahead and drain and reserve this excess liquid. Alright guys, and now that I have our beef drained, I'm going to go ahead and return it to the pan. I'm going to go ahead and add in my crushed garlic clove and just stir this around. Alright guys, I've already gone ahead and added in my tomato sauce. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit. And I'm going to add in my can of tomatoes as well. Alright guys, at this point our goulash is basically ready. All we have to do is wait until it comes up to temperature. So what I'm going to do is leave it down on low and put a lid on it and just let it sit here and simmer for a little while we go and get our potato balls together. And I'm going to do that by setting my oven to 425 degrees so that it can preheat. And then we will get moved over to my island so that we can bring our potato balls together. For our potato balls, I've gone ahead and transferred my 3 cups of mashed potatoes into a bigger bowl and chopped them up just a little bit because we're going to mix in our bacon bits as well as our cheese and our reserved cooking liquid from our meat. Alright guys, well I guess there's no other way to do this well but to go in and mix these up with our hands. I've tried using my little spatula there and it just was not coming together very well for me. Now the recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of salt at this point added into the potatoes, but my potatoes were heavily seasoned last night with salt and pepper, so I'm not going to be adding any additional salt at this time, nor pepper. I don't think it needs it. Although these are pretty moist, these may actually not need that extra milk. I don't know, let's get in here and form these into a ball and see how they hold up. So I'm going to start by dividing my bowl into 4. I want to end up with 4 balls out of this. Oh yeah, I think that is perfectly moist. I'm definitely not going to be adding any milk to these. I'm going to bring in my sheet tray there, and I'm just going to place these down until I get them all formed. Alright guys, and now that I have our balls formed, I'm going to start randomly placing some of our pearl onions around the outside of the ball and just lightly push them in. And now that I have the onions in, I'm going to go ahead and start pushing some of our black-eyed peas, into the spaces in between the onions. And I'm going to continue this all the way around the whole entire ball. While I get our last ball all studded up with our onions and black-eyed peas, I would like to take this time to mention the Gamers and Geeks playlist. It's a community-driven playlist made up of you, our friends and YouTube family. If you guys would like to be a part of it, it's really easy. All you have to do is go out and make a cooking video, and once you've done that, post it to your channel and then let either JPEG or I know in the comment section of our latest cooking videos, or if you're a part of our Discord servers, you can let us know over there as well. The only thing we do ask is that you mention the Gamers and Geeks playlist somewhere in your video, as well as leaving a link to it down in your description. And that way we can just continue to support everybody that's already contributed to the list. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and continue getting all the black-eyed peas on this one, and then I will bring you back. Alright guys, perfect timing. My oven is heated up. So let's go ahead and lightly dust these with a little bit of paprika, just for a little bit of coloring. Alright guys, now that I have these lightly dusted with our paprika, I'm just going to give them a light little spray with our cooking spray. I don't want to add too much, just enough to kind of help these crisp up a little bit while they're in the oven. These are going to go into a 425-degree oven where they're going to bake for about 20 minutes or until they're a nice light golden brown and they're completely warmed all the way through. When I bring you back, we'll give this dish a try and see what we think about it. Our Shogghoulash is out of the oven, and now all we have left to do is give it a taste and see what we think about it. I'll say it smells very good. I'm very excited to give this one a try. I'm going to go for a little bit of the potato. Sorry if you can hear my dog squirming around down there. And some of our goulash, and let's see what it tastes like together. I really do like the flavors in this. The goulash is fairly simple, and the majority of the flavor actually comes from the seasoning they used in the tomato sauce. I like it. I like it a lot. And I could see myself making this on a busy weekday night. It came together so quickly. The potatoes, definitely you would have to think about those in advance, but it is a great use for leftover potatoes. I think overall, if you wanted to leave out the black-eyed peas and the pearl onions, you totally could, and this dish would still work. I kind of have the feeling the authors of the cookbook were going more for an effect than an actual taste when it comes to those. But that is going to be it for me for the day. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave me a comment down below. If you guys tried this recipe out, let me know how it turns out for you. Remember to check out the Gamers and Geeks playlist, as well as my other Necronomnomnom Cookbook videos. I will leave links down in the description to them. And as always, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Girl. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.